So your doctor says that you have to have a colonoscopy. Here's what to expect. Stay tuned. This is my intro. Hey, welcome to my channel. Ow. Welcome to my channel. Hi, welcome back to my channel, Stingray72. It's been a while since I've done a content video, so here we go. I am a person who was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. If you don't know what Crohn's disease is, it is a digestive tract disorder, and it can affect anything from the esophagus all the way to the very end. And mine sits in the colon. I have issues in my colon. Anyway, I was diagnosed when I was 14 years old. I was 16 in May of 1988. Yeah, I had to do the math real quick. Don't worry about it. I know when I was diagnosed. It was May of 1988. So far, I have had a few surgeries from it. I had a colostomy. If you don't know what a colostomy is, that's when people have a bag attached to the outside of their abdominal area on the outside. I had to have 6 inches of my transverse colon removed. I didn't have that for long. I had that done in August one year, and then it was reversed in November. So just in time for Thanksgiving. But every year I have a colonoscopy. I believe that it is suggested by doctors that you start getting them when you turn 45. And a colonoscopy is a procedure that they use a colonoscope. I believe that's what it's called. It's a long, flexible tube. It has a light and a camera. And they insert it from, all right, and it gets a full view of your colon. They can check for polyps. They can check for anything cancerous, anything. And it's recommended as procedural, as a procedure to kind of, like I said, check you out for, especially if you have cancer in your family, or even if you don't. It's a preventative test, and it's recommended by doctors. It's usually done by a gastroenterologist, and what they do is they prep you. They give you the prep to take. The test takes maybe about 30 minutes. It depends. Some doctors may take longer. Like I said, if they're looking for something in particular, if they actually find something and they need to do a quick biopsy, all of that can be done within that test. Sorry for the noise in the background. So the prep is the worst part. They give you this stuff to drink. Let me show you. This is the stuff. It's called sodium sulfate, potassium sulfate, and magnesium sulfate oral solution. And what it is a bottle of concentrated liquid. And this is the actual laxative. You mix this in a cup. You pour this in, and then you fill water up to the 16-ounce line. You drink this the day before the procedure, and then you mix and drink the other the day or the morning of before the procedure. Now, lots of doctors or lots of providers offer various ways of cleaning out your colon. Since I've been getting this since I was about 14 or 15 years old, I have developed a different way of clearing out the colon. I simply start a liquid diet the week prior to. Understand, the more you eat, the more of this cleansing stuff you have to drink. Some of them taste like salt water. When I say salt water, I am not lying to you. It tastes like salt water. Some people will use their own home remedies, like the pink Himalayan salt in a bottle of water, Dulcolax, whatever laxative. This may be TMI, but you clicked on the video, so here you go. Whatever laxative you use to clear out your colon has to be absolutely, completely clear of any and everything in order for them to successfully do this. These solutions that they provide you will actually do exactly what it needs to do in order to have a successful procedure. Like I said, since I've been doing this for so long, I understand what's needed to have the test done successfully. So I stopped eating 7 days prior, no solid foods. I'll do soup broth. You can have what's called a clear liquid diet. Um, and the clear liquid diet can consist of a few things. But I have a sheet of some frequently asked questions that people generally want to know before the procedure. Do I need to stop my prescription blood thinners prior to the procedure? Yes. Prescription blood thinners must be stopped at least 5 days prior to the procedure. So I don't have that issue because I'm not on blood thinners, but if you are, and of course, your doctor will let you know that in particular, how you need to stop your medications and what medications can be taken. The second thing they wanted to know was, can I take my routine medications the day prior to the procedure while I'm prepping? Yes, if you have things like uh, blood pressure medicines and things that you usually take on your day to day, with the exception of vitamins, you can still take those the same day. They just want you to take them with a tiny, tiny sip of water, because the goal is to not have anything on your stomach while, before the procedure, with the exception of that prep, because that is a clear liquid and they'll be able to see through that. Can I take medications in the morning? I just said that. A liquid diet. Oh, okay. As far as medications, if you're on stuff like Wegovy and any of the injectables like the weight loss medications, they don't want you to take them. They want you to stop taking those, I think, 5 to 7 days prior to the procedure as well. Don't know why. You would have to ask your medical provider. I don't take those medications. So here we go. What is a clear liquid diet? Okay, I'm trying to see this because I don't have my glasses on. A clear liquid diet is a diet that consists of liquids that are clear, meaning you can see through them. In this type of diet, you aren't limited to in this diet, you are not limited to colorless liquids such as Sprite or ginger ale. You are limited to liquids that are clear of any substance such as pulp, tidbits of fruit, bits of meat, or dairy product. For example, apple juice has color, yet it is still clear, so it's okay to consume. On the other hand, milk is a liquid, but it is not see-through. Therefore, it is not allowed. The word clear in the liquid diet you will follow during the prep does not refer to the color of the liquid. Therefore, soda products are not limited to Sprite, 7-Up, or ginger ale. You can consume any flavor of soda, juice, jello, or popsicles, with the exception of ones that contain red, purple, or blue. Red, purple, and blue, since they're dyes, they will stain the walls of the colon, which may look like blood during the test. Makes sense. So, like I said, that's your clear diet liquid, your clear diet, and you want to make sure that you have the clear diet at least 2 days prior to the test, the day of the test being in those 2 days. So preferably when you start doing the prep, nothing, no food, nothing, all clear liquids. But again, the more you eat, the more of this cleansing stuff you have to take. So if you're smart about it, you'll slow down the amount of food that you eat so that you don't have to take that much. That's what I've learned over the years. It's worked for me so far. Of course, whatever works for you is going to work for you. If you do have to have a colonoscopy, don't let it scare you. And I know I can say that because, again, I've been getting this for years. But it's a preventative exam, and it can really, really, really help. A lot of times we don't know what's going on until something goes on. And again, anything preventive is good. And I'm sure that your healthcare provider and your health insurance will take care of this. And again, I believe they request or they recommend that you do this starting at age 45. I don't know how often it's done, but I know the starting age is 45. I would definitely suggest it. Talk to your doctor about it. If you're having any digestive issues, or if you have a family history of any digestive issues or things like that, it's also good to talk to your doctor about that. But that's what you can expect with oh, dang, I didn't even get into the procedure. Usually what happens is they take you in. I'll read they'll take you in there, you sign in and everything. They take you back. You usually only undress from the waist down. They start an IV with fluids, and then they put you on oxygen mask, the little tubes in your nose and stuff, and then they provide sedation. That's the last thing you remember. And then the next thing you remember is waking up. So you don't feel a thing. The only discomfort is taking the prep and possibly getting the needle for the sedation and the IV. And that's really it. Like I said, the test takes usually a minimum of like 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. You're under sedation again, so you really don't feel anything. It's worth it. It's really worth it. Like I said, I have to have this done once a year because of the diagnosis of Crohn's disease. But, yeah, years of experience, I've found ways around it. But again, the prep and the needle stick are the worst things about this procedure. The absolute worst things about this procedure. But I would definitely recommend it, again, especially if you have a family medical history of digestive issues, and that can be from GERD or acid reflux from the beginning to the end. If you have any medical history having to do with the digestive tract in any area, I would definitely talk to your doctor about this, and your doctor may recommend this procedure. And if you're over 45, also talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor anyway, because you never know. Like I said, preventative things are just for that, to prevent things. So that's my little 10 or 12 minutes on colonoscopy. And if your doctor said they want you to have one, have it. If you need to get a second or third opinion, that's fine. But I think it's still important to have these tests done. But, excuse me, of course, I'm not going to film while I'm there. I'm not. But I will definitely give you guys a follow-up video and let you guys know how everything went. I'll even let you know what my test results were. So... Again, thank you so much for selecting this video. You think you gotta have a colonoscopy? Then I think you should. So, next video, when I come back, I'll let you know how the test went and what my test results were. So, I'm Stingray72. Thank you so much for selecting this video. To the next one. Peace.
Thank you for watching. This is the end. Bye.